One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken. He rides onto wheels, ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hears battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Whistlers report he pays his way. More legend in the making, day by day.
Happy freaking Wednesday, man. It is a hump freaking day. Hopefully everyone's enjoying their morning so far. Great to see everyone in the building, man. Listen, we got a very big lineup today, as you guys can see from the title. Trump visit to UK, as well as Kash Patel hearing. I'm sure that some of you guys have heard from the first hearing from yesterday. We're going to talk a little bit about that, and then I believe he's got more of a hearing today. Usually these things happen for 2 to 3 days, so it's not uncommon. And then Fed charter remarks, as well as Charlie Kirk shooting investigation. So we do have that kind of lined up for you guys. But what we're going to start off with today is Texas Tech student expelled after video showing Charlie Kirk rant. I'm not really sure what the deal is on that. That happened yesterday, as well as something else came out yesterday after the show was over. It was like yesterday evening, obviously. Charlie Kirk murder. Man helped assassin escape, police say. That's what the police are saying. Very interesting. Then Charlie Kirk shooting, suspect's text to roommate revealed. As you guys know, I broke the news on those exact text messages between his transformer girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you want to call it, his lover. I have those texts for you guys. I actually have it queued up, ready to go for you guys to also read it. But we also have Kash Patel and Cory Booker. As you guys know, Booker got into it with Kash Patel yesterday. They had a bit of a scream off, but it only lasted for like 2 minutes. And I have that clip for you guys as well. Then we have Fani Willis removed from prosecuting Trump's Georgia election interference case. That is very interesting. And then, of course, as of 3 hours ago, we have the royal family welcomes Trump and the First Lady over there in the UK. So anyways, that is our lineup for the day. Before we get into it, man, make sure you guys come in and hit the like button. It helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so. You know what else is free? Is hitting that subscribe button. Please consider, though, becoming a member. Starting only at $2.99 a month. We're making sure we're not breaking the bank out there with anybody, but check it out. This is the way that we stay afloat, is 100% by you guys that join up in the membership and then stay members, man. For real. It allows us to do the show not only Monday through Friday, it allows us to do the entirety of what we do. The double show on Wednesday, like today. I've got the Diamond Effect tonight. And then, of course, members only and stuff like that. So you guys definitely make all this happen. So just want to thank you guys for that. Follow my Instagram right here. A little side note, at Ball Valve TV, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my life, but as well as the show, Millennial Food Time, breaking news. It's a great way to get a hold of me one-on-one. We also have a Discord server. Make sure you guys join up in the description box down below of every single live video. We have the description or the link, the join link for the Discord. That's where we all hang out. So make sure you guys go in there. I break news in there too. We're all in there all the time, man. Last but not least, every super chat, super sticker, gifted membership signups are all going to be presented live and shouted out onto the show. But if you guys would like to skip that YouTube 30% brutal cut that they take from your hard-earned cash, we have these platforms right here that you guys can donate. And of course, I have my email up. So if anything comes up, I will, of course, call it out right away. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and pretty much get right into it. Real quick, though, we got Wolfheim coming in with the 27 Swedish. Very much appreciate that. He says, you know what time it is? Yes, sir, I do. Definitely do. Thank you so much for making it rain in here, kind sir. Thank you for that. We got Brother Pipple as well over there in the UK. Speaking of the UK, we have my man over there in the UK right now dropping a membership as well. Thank you very much, kind sir. It helps out the show. It doesn't only help me, but it helps someone in the Breakfast Club as well, man. So thank you for that. All right, so we got Carney's Ride up in the building. We got Vanguard Prospect Mike. Great to see Prospect Mike in the building. By the way, we got Dark Souls. Always appreciate you guys. We got Motobomb. By the way, he rated us, so I want to give a special shout out to him. I was on his show right before I got on here, and I was just setting everything up in the background. And I always feel bad that I'm kind of like rushing for time, you know, in the morning. It's kind of hard. Let's see here. We got Rob's neighbor, my man. Good morning to you. Hopefully you're enjoying the morning as well. We got Brother Sick Bastard, my man. Wolfheim, that's right. You know the deal. Hopefully you're all enjoying the morning, man. We got Prez, as well as Jimmy Mack, my man. Good to see you guys. We got Two Wheel Jesus in the building, as well as Gary, Stephanie, Steve Posey. You guys, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling down as fast as I can so that we can pretty much get right into this. We have a lot to cover. So we got Path Killer, my man. Sterling, whoa. Gifting out 5 memberships, man. He's sending them out. I really appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted, man. It not only helps me, but it helps people in the Breakfast Club, man. So it goes a long way. We got Brandon Ray over there, my man over there on Facebook right now, saying dropping support from Facebook. Yes, sir. I very much appreciate that as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and pretty much get right into it, and let's make this happen, man. We're going to start off with Texas Tech student expelled after video showing Charlie Kirk rant. Now, I actually don't know what this is all about, but we're going to find out together. It's a short segment. It's only like 3 minutes.
Welcome back, everyone, here to Live Now from Fox. I appreciate everyone continuing to be with us.
What's up, Naomi? Great to see you, by the way. Happy hump day.
You always the top stories and headlines
Tiffany
on Live Now from Fox. All right, we want to now go out to Texas for an update where a Texas Tech student has been expelled after a video came to light and really went viral after showcasing a large rant against Charlie Kirk. I want to show you now the very latest from Fox 4 Dallas's Alex Boyer with the latest.
That sucks, Tiffany. Damn.
The shooting death of conservative
What is
influencer
this? Okay, I have not seen this clip. I've seen a lot of the different, like, crazy clips on social media and shit, but I haven't seen this one. Let's take off the captions.
Charlie Kirk last week ignited tense confrontations like this one on the campus of Texas Tech University Friday.
Oh, wait. I actually do think I saw... Wait, I can't remember if this is the chick that I saw or another one, but from a different camera view. But I remember there being more people than this.
That's 18-year-old Cameron Giselle Booker. In new cell phone videos shared with Fox 4 News, you see the now former student arguing with another student wearing a MAGA hat, holding a sign that says, "Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk." The encounter took place in what's known as a free speech area on campus. In the videos, Booker appears to mock Charlie.
Okay, I'm just going to reserve my comments here.
Charlie Kirk's death.
You started saying, haha, your homie dead.
Oh, wow, Brandon Ray. You put this clip on there, and it got 2 million views? Holy shit, bro.
Evil is real, people.
Oh, it is? Okay, it is this. Okay, that is the clip. Okay, you know what? Brandon, I think I even saw this off of your Facebook yesterday, bro. Now that I think about it, I actually think I saw this off your Facebook yesterday. Not even capping.
Looks like that.
There are several exchanges between
remember
the two.
that part.
A couple of times, the other student asks Booker to leave him alone.
Why are you being so
Why are you so hateful? Why are you so hateful? Why are you so hateful? Yeah.
Hey, can somebody tell her to back up?
Why are you so hateful? Why are you so hateful? Who's hating on who in this situation?
At one point, she flicks the baseball cap of the...
Yeah, it's a lot of that kind of behavior. You know what I mean?
The guy she's arguing with, presumably what led to her arrest for misdemeanor assault, although
What's
the
up,
police
Anson?
report
Good
does
morning.
not include that detail. After her arrest, Governor Greg Abbott amplified the incident with this message and image on X. I asked the governor about it at an event held in Forney this afternoon.
If we
Yeah,
have
I know that,
members
Brandon.
of our society whether they be students or otherwise, who celebrate an assassination. We have dramatic course correction that we have to
What's up, brother TVT up in the building, by the way? Hopefully you're enjoying your hump day up there in Canada,
take
my
in
man.
this state.
This isn't an isolated incident. Abbott also posted about another incident at a Charlie Kirk memorial event held at Texas State in San Marcos. The unidentified young man interrupts the gathering with mock gestures to imitate Kirk's shooting death. In a statement, the president of Texas State said, in part, I have directed university officials to take immediate steps to identify the individual in the video. Behavior that trivializes or promotes violence is reprehensible and violates the values of Texas State.
Well, I don't know how I feel on that, because I hate being a contradiction in anything, okay? If I don't want a certain side to do a certain thing, then I also expect my side to not do it either, kind of thing, right? So I'm trying to be, this is where it gets a little touchy with freedom of speech.
And we as a society, we as a state, must send a signal that behavior like that, celebrating an assassination, is wrong.
I
in
agree.
a civil
Absolutely. It's not only wrong, but it's immoral.
society.
And that was Alex Boyer reporting there. And we also want to, again, just show you just some of the more reaction from Governor Greg Abbott saying, definitely picked the wrong school to taunt the death of Charlie Kirk. Thanks, Texas Tech.
What's up, Miss Lotus over there in Florida, by the way?
And he also says, this is what happened to the person who was mocking Charlie Kirk's assassination at Texas Tech there. So, again, just some of the more reaction from the political leaders showcasing this protest that definitely went sideways really fast, and that student being expelled.
Yeah, exactly. 100%, because now you're saying you can regulate free speech. Exactly. And it's a slippery slope. That is literally what the fallacy is actually called. So let's go ahead and get into the next ordeal here. We're going to move into Charlie Kirk murder. Man helped assassin escape, police say. And I think they're talking about that old man, that old white dude, who actually has a ton of charges on him now for child prawn, which is fucking insane. I guess the FBI was asking him for his phone and shit, and he's like not willing to give up the phone. And even when they found out that he wasn't the guy, they're like, we need to figure out why you're being so sketchy with not giving up your phone right now. And so they did get it, of course, and there was child prawn on it, which is terrible. I guess there's a whole bunch of underage like chicks that were, or girls, I shouldn't even say chicks, girls that are like in their panties or something like that, which is terrible. It's like that shit right there. Just saying, you know what I mean? Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move on into it. But real quick, I do have to do one thing, man. We haven't done it yet. Make sure you guys hit the like button. It helps out immensely, and it's free, but we do have a PSA for you guys. You must obey.
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some freaking.
Shit. We out here. All right. So I had to scroll all the way up looking for those because I was doing it in time. Let's see here real quick. Yes, sir. Exactly, my man. We got Chatting with Stacks as well. Good morning, kind sir. If you guys haven't gone over to Chatting with Stacks, make sure you guys do that. He's a fantastic YouTuber. He actually did he captured an interview with me talking about my life and actually put pictures to what I was talking about. Like, he did a fantastic job. He asked the perfect questions for it. Anyways, real quick, let's see. We got Frederick Frame as well dropping in and hanging out with us. Great to see you, my man. All right, we're going to go ahead and go into this whole ordeal with Charlie Kirk. I guess a man helped assassin escape, police say. Now, I don't know if it's the old white guy, but it probably is. Because I haven't actually watched this yet. Real quick, we got brother Lee Lance coming in with the 2 spot on fucking Cash App saying hump day, dog. Shit, yeah, absolutely. Dues paid, kind sir. Thank you very much for making it rain in the Cash App, my man. Thank you for that.
And I do want to take you out to some of this video that you may have seen on the day of that assassination here, as investigators now say the man who they initially thought was Charlie Kirk's assassin admitted to screaming that he was the gunman to allow the real...
Oh, so he even admitted to it. He admitted that I said I was this guy because I know that I didn't do it. And I'll take all the spotlight right now so you can get away. That's fucking crazy, bro.
Oh, shit! Shooter to get away. Earlier today, the Utah Department of Public Safety explained George Zinn had attended that event, and after the gunshot was fired, he screamed that he had shot Charlie Kirk. Viral videos like this one showing Zinn as he was quickly taken into custody by authorities there.
What's up, Get Some Jay? Great to see you, by the way. Good morning.
When he was brought to the University Police Department, Zinn allegedly refused to speak with investigators, but was later transported to the hospital for some type of medical emergency.
Oh, stop the cap. That guy was planning up.
That is where Utah officials say Zinn confessed that he did not shoot Kirk, but that he wanted to hinder the investigation and allow...
I don't think he used the word, I want to hinder the... He probably said, I wanted the homeboy to get away.
Now the real shooter time to get away. Zinn also faces charges for possession of child sex abuse material after investigators say they found disturbing images in his phone involving children.
Yep, and that's what I was just talking about, Brandon. Man.
The Utah Department of Public Safety says there is no evidence that Zinn worked with the shooter in any way, but the investigation, they say, is still ongoing.
I believe that, too.
And this is some of the video that came in on...
So this guy showed up to the event guaranteed as basically the shadow. Like, I'm going to be the shadow, you take the spotlight, we're going to run this as a team, you get captured, I get away, you'll end up getting released because you didn't do anything. Yeah, I can guarantee that this was planned out with these two specifically.
The day of that assassination, as this was one of...
Oh, shit, Wolfheim with another 27. Swedish, my man, saying, stop the cap, bro. Yes.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap. It's giving me emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
That's bad. All right.
Two people that
Thank you for
investigators thought could have been the shooter. They were taken into custody, both detained and then released. However, as you can see there, we also know that George Zinn there was taken back into custody, where he does face several charges. We'll keep you updated on all of that.
No, sir, this is not a panel at all. It never actually is. I don't have randoms come on to the show ever. But I'm a reporter, geopolitics and political analyst, stuff like that, world news.
And as we always do here on Live Now from Fox. We're going to head to a quick break here at 6:13
no, we're not.
On the East Coast.
You're going on a break. I'm not. Hell no, we're going right into the next, bro. All right, so now we have the suspect's text to roommate revealed. I broke the news on this yesterday. I'm sure by now a lot of you guys have actually seen these text messages. I broke the news yesterday alongside with a whole bunch of other people who were breaking the news, of course. And I'm sure that you guys have seen it to some extent, but for the people that have not, I have the actual text messages uploaded onto my program right here. This is actually, whoops, not that, this. All right, so I had posted this yesterday. Let me put myself on the side here. And you guys can read that, by the way. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but it is brutal. Here, let me go ahead and put myself over here. Why can't I do it? There we go. So Robinson, well, the originally it started off with the roommate had responded like, what? You're joking, right? Like, you didn't do this, right? And Robinson says, I am still okay, my love. That's the shooter, by the way. Talking to a trans person, roommate, his lover, whatever. I am still okay, my love, but I am stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you. And then the roommate says, you weren't the one that did it, right? And Robinson says, I am. I'm sorry. Roommate says, I thought they caught the person. And Robinson said, no, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quite quiet. almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Roommate says, why? And Robinson says, why did I do it? Roommate says, yeah. I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. And if I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. The roommate says, how long have you been planning this? Robinson says, a bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept the spot, but I don't want to chance it. Then Robinson also says, I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. I don't know. I don't even know if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in the bushes where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability to or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the fuck will I explain losing it to my old man? He's way more concerned about losing his fucking rifle, his old man's fucking rifle, or what his old man's gonna think. No, the rifle is like the smallest bit of it now. You already killed somebody, and this is like some super high press ordeal now. That's the least of your worries, bro. But that's his mindset in that moment. One thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The fucking messages are mostly a big meme. If I see, quote, notices bulge you uwu on Fox News, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm gonna have to leave it. That really fucking sucks. So that is the main part of the correspondence between those two, but there was actually more correspondence than that, obviously. But and then they also talk about how he got radicalized and he's whatever. And that's something that his father's even come out and spoken about, that yes, he's gotten radicalized in the last, year or two and has unfortunately fallen into that kind of trap over there on the left. So anyways, just wanted to show you guys that before we get into this segment. We're going to go into the segment because they're going to talk about that, and they may or may not bring up some more evidence that I may or may not know about already. But let's go ahead and bring it up, and we'll review it together.
So we want to get into all of that right now here on Live Down from Fox. I want to bring in our next guest to help break it all down. You were inside this news conference setting. Eva Terry with Deseret News. Thanks so much for joining us here today.
Wow.
Really big information coming out. And Eva, first off, what was your take seeing some of these text messages?
Were at the same time very confusing and pretty straightforward. So it was a combination. So it was the roommate and it was Tyler, and they were just
okay. Who the fuck are you, woman?
Going through the series of events from we pick up the gun. I can't there are people who they've already got the gun.
You're not explaining this well at all already, lady. Yes. So this is basically the text messages I just read to you guys right here. I want to see if there's any other details that they have in here, actual evidence, not just what they think or what they say, or I don't care about that. Yes, this is the exact same thing we just read as well, seeing if there's any other update to this, because I just gave you guys really the whole story. Okay, judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine. I don't know. I think that was a $2,000 scope, $2,000 scope. And then Robinson continues. There's only one response from the roommate saying, I'm much more worried about you. Everything else was Robinson. So Robinson says, delete this exchange. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it's very unique. He's calling me right now. I'm not answering. Since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. See, this is what's going on here. And this is only within the last 6 months, obviously, right? He says, I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. You are all I worry about, love. That's what Robinson said, the shooter. The roommate said, I'm much more worried about you. And then Robinson says, don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent.
Scope.
Damn. See if there's any more text messages here. There is not. So we're going to go ahead and move on from that. We're going to go right into what happened yesterday with Kash Patel, by the way. There was a Senate hearing regarding this whole debacle here. Let me go ahead and bring this up. And this was a small exchange that happened with Cory Booker yesterday. As we all know, Cory Booker is a piece of shit from the left, and he's a big actor. That's what he does. And even he knows he's a bullshitter. So, anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this.
You swear to release the Epstein files, but now you're withholding the Epstein files. You claim that you have a suspect in a serious assassination.
What's up, Papa Penguin? Good morning.
Whoops, then you don't have a suspect. You know nothing about plans to remove FBI agents, yet you're directly involved in those plans. In the words of an ex-FBI official, you are overseeing, and I quote, generational destruction of the nation's premier law enforcement agency. We're more vulnerable to domestic and foreign attack because of your failures of leadership. I don't think you're fit to head the Bureau. But here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're not going to be around long. I think this might be your last oversight hearing. Because as much as you supplicate yourself to the will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution of the United States of America, Donald Trump has shown us in his first term and in this term, he is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose. This may be the last time I have a hearing with you because I don't think you're long for your job. But I'm going to tell you this. I pray
Stop the cap.
I pray for you.
I pray for you. He says, I pray for you. Coming from a secularist, what does that mean?
I pray for you. I pray for you that you can step up and defend your oath, defend the Constitution, and do a much better job of defending this country.
That rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If you want to talk about
dividing this country,
it is
I follow you on your social media posts that tear this country apart.
To address your falsehoods.
Oh, you can try all you want
in this country.
To not take responsibility for what you have said. Sir, you're making a mockery of this committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over. The people of New Jersey tell me what my time is. You can't lecture me.
You can tell me my time's over.
You may be the charge of the FBI.
I'm not going anywhere.
But I am not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman.
Not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman.
Not afraid of you.
Emotional, damn it.
Wow. All right, we're moving on into the next. Fani Willis removed from prosecuting Trump's Georgia election interference case. So let's go ahead and bring this up as well. We're going to talk about a little bit with Fani Willis here. It's a short segment, though, so stick around for it.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. Our next story takes us out to the Peach State of Georgia, giving you a live look there in downtown Atlanta, as Fulton County's district attorney is off the election interference case. A state agency must now look for a new prosecutor. We want to check in this morning with Fox 5 Atlanta's Caitlin Pratt. She joins us live outside the Fulton County Courthouse with the latest details. Caitlin, good morning.
Good morning to you. Yes. Okay. So this has been an ongoing case. That's for sure. Let's rewind to December when the district attorney here in Fulton County, Fani Willis, was removed from the case, the election interference case.
Did she say Fani Willis? Fani Willis.
Dating back to 2020. At the time, she was removed, leaders maintained, because the appearance of impropriety with a special prosecutor that she had hired. They had a relationship. And now a new ruling handed down yesterday from the U.S. Court of Appeals that she will not be involved in any criminal case against the President of the United States and his 18 co-defendants.
Make sure you guys hit the like button real quick. It helps out the show immensely. I don't ask you guys to send in money or anything like that. Of course, if you can, that really helps out the show immensely, of course. But the one thing I do ask you guys to hit that like button. I know it's very laborious, but I appreciate that.
Georgia Supreme Court declining to hear Fulton DA Fani Willis's appeal. So the lower court's ruling prevails. Willis is off the election interference case. President Donald Trump, who will not have to deal with the probe while in office, minced no words while talking to reporters at the White House.
What Fani Willis did to innocent people, patriots that love our country, by indicting them, destroying them, He should be put in jail.
The racketeering case will now go to the prosecuting counsel of Georgia. It's up to its executive director to find a new neutral prosecutor.
We always want to try to look for someone who is close to the venue. In this case,
Yeah. So you guys go with Fannie Willis originally?
Would be Fulton County.
Totally not biased by any step, right? Stop the cap, bro.
We also try to look for someone who has the resources and the staff that can handle the type of case that's coming down the line.
That's
Political
right, Sterling.
experts tell Fox 5 this racketeering case is now in uncertain territory and add how to proceed is no easy task.
He's been dealt with a very, very serious matter that he's got to make a decision on. The questions are, does he take it? Does he keep it in his office? Does he find it?
No, what we do is we read a $2 super chat from Get Some. That's what we're going to do. We got recognizing the hard-working mods. Yo! Yes. We have not only the best chat in all of YouTube. I truly mean that. Like, I actually feel that because it's a real community, you know? But not only that, but the moderators here are top level, top shelf shit, man. So thank you very much, Get Some, for making it rain on us, kind sir. Thank you for that very much. All right, back to this.
Another district attorney, he or she, that will actually take on the case? Or does he bring in a private attorney to actually prosecute this case?
Meantime, Nathan Wade, Willis's former special prosecutor, is suing AT&T for handing over his cell phone records to defense attorneys as they sought to remove him from the case. In a suit filed Tuesday in Atlanta's federal district court, Wade alleged the telecommunications outlet, quote, jeopardized both his well-being and public safety when it unlawfully released more than 14,000 pages of his cell phone data.
Jesus.
And we've learned that
14,000 pages of cell phone data that was handed over.
That search for a new prosecutor in this election interference case.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck finding someone that's unbiased in that situation. Jesus. Real quick, you guys must have been.
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some freaking.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God!
All right, back to this.
Is now ongoing. They're going to try to find same city, same area as Fulton County, the same demographic, if you will. We'll keep you updated, of course, along the way. That's the latest here in Atlanta. I'm Caitlin Pratt. Back to you.
All right, Caitlin, always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much for that detailed breakdown. You and your team have a great rest of your day.
Well, that's going to be pretty much really all that we're going to have here. Oh, there is an Attorney General statement here. Let me go ahead and back this up because I actually do care about that. Let's go ahead and hear it.
And as we further discuss this top story, take a look at your screen. The latest from Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr. He says, quote, last year we urged the Georgia Supreme Court to reject the Fulton County District Attorney's appeal after she was rightfully removed from the prosecution of President Trump. Today's decision is the correct one, and the district attorney is now permanently disqualified from the case due to her own self-inflicted mistakes.
Yes, thank God. W. Great. That is a W for the Attorney General over there in Georgia.
When prosecutors use their office to advance a political agenda, the system as a whole suffers. Carr goes on to say, quote, it's why we supported the creation of the Prosecuting Attorneys Qualifications Commission to ensure acts of misconduct are addressed and those who fail to uphold their duties are held accountable. He concludes this statement by saying, quote, lawfare of any kind cannot stand. Of course, we'll continue to follow.
Oh boy, man, this is going to get wild. And yes, big W to you guys, every single one of you guys in the chat, man. You guys definitely make this fucking shit happen. So, but we got 35 of you guys in here and we got 35 likes. So big W's to you guys. Jimmy, my man, saying great content today, Mike Ball. Hey, I very much appreciate that, kind sir. We're going to be moving on into the next ordeal here. Stick around. We got one more story as of right now. I'm going to go ahead and actually make sure that there isn't any other stories as well that have been being put out since we've been live. I'm going to bring that up right now just so I have it. But as I do that, we're going to go ahead and move into a small portion about the royal family is welcoming Trump and the First Lady over there in the UK. So I'm going to play that real quick and I'll double check our storyline here. This is actually a very quick segment as well right here. Dang it. Misclicked. There we go. Okay, to be clear, there is no other news stories that have come out since this whole ordeal. We do have the CDC. I guess there's so there's the CDC hearing that's happening right now, and I believe JFK or RFK Jr., whatever, RFK is going to be testifying, whatever. But former CDC director to testify before Senate in first public appearance since firing. So there's that. Then we also have Kash Patel testifies on Kirk assassination. So that's happening live right now. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up just so that we can see what is happening at this very moment. We understand, obviously, that these guys showed up to the UK, and we'll hear more about that in the media later. They're just showing us live of what has happened so far. So let's go ahead and bring this up real quick and hear what is happening right now.
Plays in combating the national security threats posed by our nation's greatest.
Let me know if that's too loud.
Threat, our nation's greatest security threat, China and the Chinese Communist Party. It's a fact that China is America's most significant national security threat. Isn't that correct?
I would say so, sir.
And you would agree with me that China wants to dominate the United States of America?
I think that's largely their plan.
And they want to dominate the world, both militarily and economically. Isn't that correct?
I think so.
And sir, you've been FBI director for the last, 8 months?
7 months, yes.
7 months, and
He said 6, 8 months. No, neither of them. 7 months, idiot.
Stupid. During that time, have you held any stock in any companies founded in China?
I don't believe so.
Well, you do own stock in a company known as Elite Depot, don't you?
Which one, sorry?
Elite Depot. You own stock.
I think
He's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
that's, I'll have to get back to you. I think it's a law firm and it's a company out of Singapore.
Okay, well, no, the company out of Singapore, which is owned by Elite Depot, is the Shein Company, which was founded in China, correct?
That company operates out of Taiwan.
Well, they changed their headquarters from China back in 2022 to Singapore.
Man, I'm telling you, these hearings are so fucking boring, bro. They are the worst.
For tax purposes, but it's owned by a Chinese billionaire. I think his name is Charlie Zhu, and you own stock in the company that owns Shein.
You own stock,
which I disclosed during my confirmation process.
You certainly did, and
so why are we talking about it, shitface?
Now, do you still hold that stock in that Chinese company?
Pursuant to the Department of Justice, who reviewed my material that was submitted during my confirmation process, I was able to hold certain stocks, and they made the decision.
You still hold the stocks that you have?
Do you hold a stock? Do you have the Chinese stock, motherfucker?
Still hold on to these Chinese stocks? These stocks in this Chinese company?
I disagree that it's a Chinese company, but I was in the DOJ, when you're appointed, makes a call on what you can and can't possess.
Well, now, let me ask you this. Chinese companies steal trademarks, they produce counterfeit products and sell them over the internet on platforms such as Shein.
Definitely, probably not a good idea.
They steal intellectual property. They steal data from American companies, and to me, it seems inconsistent with your role as FBI director that you would own stock in a company.
I can't believe you to be the FBI director and you own the stock. You own the stock.
That is based in a country that is the nation's premier national security threat. It's like you are putting your own financial security.
What's up, Brother Dean, over there in Israel? Hopefully you're enjoying the morning. Well, for you, afternoon for you. Great to see you, by the way.
Security of the nation.
I disagree with that characterization.
Well, I think the American people look at it like it's a classic situation of the fox guarding the hen house. if the FBI is charged with investigating espionage, economic espionage by...
What's up, brother SNS? Good to see you, by the way.
Companies controlled by the Chinese Communist Party, and you are the director...
What's up, JB? Good morning, by the way. Hopefully you're, or for you. Yeah, I guess it is morning for you. You're over there in the UK, aren't you? Australia.
You've got a conflict of interest.
What's up, Lappy? Good morning.
Show if there's any intimation that I'm against.
Why are you holding on to this stock?
It wasn't a decision I made.
And it's valued at up to $5 million as of when you last reported, correct? $5 million in stock?
No, I don't follow it.
You don't follow it, but you're still making money off of it.
I don't have any money off of anything. What I have done...
Trump's trade policies directly impact the value of that Chinese stock. Won't you agree with that?
Which trade policy? I'm not a trade expert.
Okay, all right.
But I want to tell you this.
Crazy on me today. Let me ask you this question.
Can he just answer? Let fucking Kash Patel answer a question, goddammit.
Why are you hiding pedophiles? Why are you shielding...
What?
Pedophiles. Why are you protecting pedophiles?
How do we go from stocks to PDF files?
That is maybe the most offensive thing you could say to me, given the numbers.
Well, you have not released
given the numbers
files
of pedophiles.
You were aware of the Epstein client list that was published in the 18,000.
Time the gentleman has expired.
Yeah, thank God. Jesus Christ.
Of course, the gentleman can answer the question.
Since I took over the FBI, there has been a 33% increase.
Sir, all of that started under Christopher
Your
Wray.
time is done.
No, it didn't.
The witness gets
All
to
of
answer
that
the question,
started
and then we'll go
under
to
Oh my God, this guy.
Director, sir, and you're coming in here trying to take credit for
Shut the
something
fuck up.
that a previous director instituted and largely brought to conclusion.
I take no
I think it's
credit.
been clear that the director...
It's offensive.
It's offensive.
Numbers are so
It's
much
so
better than the
offensive.
previous director.
It's
Dr. Patel, if you want to
I take-
answer the question.
I take no credit. The men and women of the FBI have seen a 33% increase in the number of counterintelligence arrests out of the PRC.
And so all of a sudden, when you coming in 7 months ago,
Emotional, damn it!
And
Gentlemen's time has expired.
And on the
Sir,
pedophile
the American public not gonna
accusation,
go for that.
we have arrested 1,500 child predators in the last 7 months.
Under investigations
More
initiated
than
by
anybody
the prior
Appreciate
directorship.
the director's good work, and we really appreciate that the time.
So this guy showed his ass at the very end, which is fantastic. Actually, I love when Democrats show their ass. Actually, I'm a fan of everybody showing their ass because I like to know what the fuck I'm dealing with. Are you an unbiased, level-headed person, or are you a fucking nut job?
Bruh. The gentleman's expired. We now go to the gentleman from Texas.
I thank the chairman. Thank the FBI director for coming before the committee. I assume the FBI director, Mr. Patel, I believe.
Yeah, I'd be like, you better thank me. You got motherfuckers saying that I'm covering up PDF files and shit. Like, I don't deserve this shit.
You probably agree with me that there's a significant organized effort on the left side of the political spectrum to advance criminal organizations being able to put more criminals out on the streets. And that what we've seen this in daily action. Are you familiar with the report that came out this last Monday from the Law Enforcement Legal Defense Fund?
I'm not familiar with that, sorry.
So this report came out this
Hey, Path Killer, I respect that. Absolutely. Yes. Shit.
This past Monday, and it said that significant amount of the money flowing out of George Soros and other leftist organizations and funders has been funding DAs and prosecutors, and quote, many of these DAs had never managed an office, prosecuted a criminal case, developed organizational policy.
Steve Posey, at this moment, this guy that they switched to, they went from the Asian guy to this guy asking the question now. I don't know. I don't know who that guy's, I'm sure they'll say it, but I didn't catch it if they did. So, yeah.
In dozens of America's largest cities and counties, this report finds these progressive district attorneys have outsourced core parts of the American criminal justice system to activists and political donors, taking direction and advice on everything from staffing decisions and communications strategy. Organizations, it's a complex web of donors going in through these organizations to put radical DAs and prosecutors out there, putting criminals on the streets. Does the FBI director agree that this exists and is a problem?
I will accept the factual representation, and if that exists, it is a problem.
The organizations such as TIDES, the Fair and Just Prosecution, Brenner Center for Justice, Partnership for Safety and Justice.
He's definitely not Canadian. He's been to my house, JB. Shit.
The Vera Institute of Justice. The amount of dollars flowing from George Soros through and to these organizations and to the various prosecutors that have resulted in increased crime on our streets, including the brutal murder of the Ukrainian refugee in Charlotte. I bring that up because that is one component of the problem. In addition, we have an organized effort targeting our border. The NGOs, the nonprofits and the deep pockets, the United Nations, charitable organizations, and a long list of over 250 organizations that the Center for Immigration Studies put out that lays out a complex web of organizations that were moving people into our country, knowing that they're dangerous, knowing that they're criminal, associated with taxpayer dollars flowing through the United Nations and donor dollars flowing through organizations, including ostensibly religious ones, putting these dangerous individuals on the street.
Well, yeah, we need to defund the UN. We need to defund NATO. We need to defund the FBI. All the 3-letter and 4-letter alphabet agencies within the United States. Yeah, I said it, homie. Shit.
That resulted in fentanyl in our communities, that resulted in the death of Jocelyn Nungare, of hundreds, thousands even, as the director testified, 100,000 people dying from these narcotics every year. All of this in an organized effort, a complete effort by the radical left to use taxpayer dollars and these dollars to put people on our streets. In addition, the extent to which we've seen now with the Southern Poverty Law Center and their hate map, targeting, for example, the Family Research Council.
What's up, David, by the way? Good morning.
Where we had a shooting right here in D.C. over a decade ago, putting Charlie Kirk, putting a target on TPUSA, Antifa, other radical organizations that are very specifically organizing, targeting conservatives.
That's true, Papa.
Well, how about the organized effort to infiltrate our schools and advance a transgender agenda and advance a radical agenda, perhaps one that we will see exposed further in the individual that actually shot Charlie Kirk? Here's my question. Will you as the director, and are you as the director, pursuing all legal channels to follow the truth wherever it may lead on this organized effort, one? And two, do you agree?
That's good that he's actually legitimately asking this question. This is a good question.
That Congress should take all action necessary to expose this web of dollars that are flowing to undermine our way of life? We got another minute in my time that I'd like to.
I would say absolutely. 1,000%.
Hear from you on this topic broadly.
I'll keep it short. Investigatively speaking, we are doing the following. We are following the money. We are following the money in every organization and every person that is violating the federal code. And it doesn't matter what your background or ideology is. We are following the money. We are using legal process to follow that money, issuing subpoenas to follow that money, using grand juries to follow that money. And when we have results to recommend for prosecution to the Department of Justice, we will do that. And we will continue to publicize documents through Congress, yes, when we make these findings.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like unanimous consent to insert the record outsourcing justice by the Law Enforcement Legal Defense Fund that I alluded to before. I would ask unanimous consent to add a 2024 list provided by the Center for Immigration Studies on these United Nations and other affiliated groups that are responsible, over 250 of them, for moving individuals into our country in a coordinated effort. I would like unanimous consent to insert a letter that I sent that currently has 33 members of the United States House of Representatives have signed on it, calling for a special select committee to pursue the organized effort from the radical left to target our way of life and undermine our security by putting criminals on the street and having our borders being wide open and putting us in danger. With that, I would yield back.
Objection. Gentleman yields back.
Mr. Chairman, I have a couple of unanimous requests. One is a letter from Senator Tom Cotton, dated last year, urging the U.S. to, quote, ensure that data from U.S.
Is this back to the Asian guy? Can we see what the Asian guy... Can we ever see these guys asking the fucking questions? Like, can't we have two cameras? See that camera back there that is looking over there? That's looking at the people... Why don't we have a feed of that? Why don't we have that? It's always just got to be focused. I want to know who the fuck is asking these questions. They only do this introduction of who's sitting down at the top of the whole hearing. They explain who it is. Boom, boom. They do their little introduction, and then it's over. If you don't catch that very introduction, you don't know who the fuck these people are.
Companies is not harvested by the Chinese Communist Party through the purchase of Xi'an software and technology.
Objection.
And also
He definitely sounds like it.
Marco Rubio, then Senator Marco Rubio, which warned our UK allies about, quote, Xi'an's deep ties to the People's Republic of China.
Objection.
Also,
and he's so focused on China.
crime is the record crime is down in 2025. Trump doesn't deserve credit, which demonstrates that the crime rates have been decreasing.
Absolutely. We'll catch you on the flip side, JB. Hopefully you get some good rest, my man.
Since 2023, which was published by the Vera Institute. Also, a unanimous consent request to enter into the record a NPR report from July of 2024. GOP vows to make America safe again. Statistics contradict their growing crime claims. Also, a report out of the American Presidency Project dated January 17, 2025. Record low crime during the Biden-Harris administration.
Objection.
Also, Joe Biden is correct that violent crime is near a 50-year low, which was a PolitiFact publication of May 2024. And last but not least, a FBI releases 2024 reported crimes in the nation statistics. These are FBI statistics published on August 5th, 2025, which details decreases in murder, rape, aggravated assault, and robbery in 2024.
Without objection. Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized for unanimous consent.
Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent to submit two sets of documents. The first is a series of emails from the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. They are making FOIA requests to get their own FBI files and not having any success. So I want to bring attention to that by submitting that to the record. The second document that I want to submit to the record, for the record, I know we don't usually read these. This one's not readable. It's completely redacted. For the most part, the first 50 pages. This is actually the search warrant that was served on James O'Keefe.
Yo, Joseph, up there in Canada, my favorite snow Mexican. Great to see you, by the way. Saying, good morning, Mr. Ball, Lucy, Breakfast Crew, Bob, and can't forget the haters. Stop the cap. Yes, sir.
Stop the cap.
Great to see you, by the way, as well as Mr. Great to see you as well. Saying, I can tell who they are by the voice. The guy that was asking the questions was Chip Roy. This guy sounds like the Democrat from Connecticut. Very interesting. And thank you for that, Mr. Great to see you guys.
For a diary that he had already given to the government 2 months before. And as it turns out, there were no indictments here, yet he still doesn't know why he was raided, and I think he deserves to know. So,
objection.
Thank you.
The chair now recognizes the
What's up, Bob? My man.
Director, the first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. Did you close the files or keep reading?
And Grumple, my man, as well. Great to see you. Also a fantastic YouTuber as well, live streamer. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Grumple. Naomi, if you can do me a favor and get his link and drop that, that'd be awesome.
I've reviewed not the entirety of the files, so I
You haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
Personally, no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is the largest sex trafficking case the FBI has ever been a part of. Buck stops at the top, and your testimony today is you have not reviewed all the files.
What I've been doing is been busy providing the safest country this country has seen in modern U.S. history in historic speed, because the men and women of the FBI are given the resources to reduce the homicide rate, to reduce the drug trafficking rate, to reduce the amount of children that are being trafficked and the number of...
Sounds like
Thank you, Naomi.
I appreciate the director reviewing the files. You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number is a total misleading factor. We have not released anyone's name. We have not released anyone's name in the Epstein files that has not been credible.
Director, could it
we have
at least be
released
1,000 times?
every piece of legally permissible information.
Okay,
you can
so-
characterize the numbers however you want it.
Claiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times.
It's not. It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
Do you think it might be your job to know the number?
My job is to provide for the safety and security of this country. My job is not to engage in political
And that
innuendo,
includes protecting
so you can
sexual
go out to the
assault
sticks and get your 20-second hit in your fundraising
reclaiming my
article.
time,
And
Director.
keep
Shit.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
It's going down, homies. Damn.
going, reclaiming your time. The people of California are being underserved by your
The
representation.
president is not implicated. Why not release everything that involves
We have released everything, the president and anyone else's side, that is credible and lawfully be able to be released. Your fixation on this matter and baseless accusations that I'm hiding
Also,
child
Mr. Mass's
pedophiles is disgusting. Anyone that says that needs to look at the stats alone. And go back to the state of California, who's receiving the biggest surge in FBI resources through my redeployment because the cities of Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco need it.
Man, you guys got to hit the like button for that. That was a great answer. If you guys don't like it for him, well, at least like it for me and my takes. You know what I mean? I very much appreciate your laborious work on hitting that like button.
Oath to tell the truth. Did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's name is in the
It's a simple
Attorney's
question.
files.
Did you tell the Attorney General that the President's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed.
The question is simple.
Who
Did you
can
tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out?
Yes or no, Director?
Use the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No, A, B, C,
Director,
D, E, F.
it sounds like you don't want to tell us. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving your constituency by focusing on reducing violent crime in this country and the number of pedophiles that are legally harbored in your sanctuary cities in California? I'll work with you on that.
Which is very true, by the way.
Work with us on that.
And it's not just places in California. It's all these fucking stupid ass illegal sanctuary cities.
California. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
Question has been asked and answered.
You have not answered it, and we will take your evasiveness as a consciousness of guilt. Director, did Donald Trump ever say to you, just find and release the entire truth? Don't worry if I'm in it.
The instructions from the administration were to release all credible information, and we have done that.
Did Donald Trump ever provide information about Jeffrey Epstein as an informant?
Donald Trump has not been, and I can only speak for the FBI, an informant of the FBI.
So, Director, you played this cute shell game where you say you can't release everything because the court has said that it legally is not allowed to be released, but the court calls bullshit. Judge Richard Berman said that when you went to the
It calls bullshit.
court, quote, information contained in the Epstein grand jury transcripts pales in comparison to Epstein investigation information and materials in the hands of the Department of Justice. So let's move on, Director. You wrote a book called Government Gangsters. You identified 20 individuals in that book. You put me on that list at the top of the list. Thank you.
He said, thank you. And Patel was like, yep, I know.
Children find it flattering. 20 of those individuals have been investigated or have had adverse actions. Director, considering that you've identified these people as, quote, government gangsters, will you recuse yourself from making any investigation decisions about these individuals?
Anyone that has been terminated at the FBI has been done so
No, the
because
question
they failed to meet the muster and the constitutional
I will
obligation.
work on the audio-visual capabilities.
I'm going to borrow your terminology and call bullshit on your entire career in Congress.
reclaiming my time,
It's been a
Director.
disgrace to the American
Director, I'm
people.
reclaiming my time.
Oh, shit, it's going down. It's really going down.
Claim your time all you want.
Mr. Chairman, you're going to allow a witness to speak this way? Mr. Chairman, would you give
accuse yourself?
The gentleman has no time.
Mr. Chairman, yeah, these guys aren't going to allow it to get much more.
Admonish the witness not to insult members.
Gentleman has no time.
Mr. Chairman, just
will remember.
quick point of order. Could the gentleman be extended an additional 20 seconds to complete his thoughts since the witness decided to interrupt him continuously?
And the witness will be able to respond if he wants. We'll make sure
Thank
he has time to
you.
do that.
My question is, will you, Director, recuse yourself, yes or no, from investigating or making decisions about the 60 individuals, including myself, that you identified as government gangsters? Yes or no?
Time of the gentleman has expired. The witness may respond if he would like.
And the answer was no, as I heard.
Correct. Okay. The gentleman from Wisconsin, the gentleman yields back to the gentleman from Wisconsin's record.
Yeah, Grumple, this is Kash Patel right here. That's been in question right here.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Director Patel, for being here today. I wanted to talk a little bit about the assassination of Charlie Kirk and the FBI's subsequent investigation. I know it's really sensitive, and you can make the call as to whether or not, obviously, it's something that you can respond to. But I think it's still fresh on many people's minds. I want to congratulate you and Utah law enforcement for the work you did in identifying the suspect and apprehending him. According to public reports, and I think this is what maybe it's, I still have questions about, maybe the public does. According to public reports, the alleged shooter arrives on the Utah Valley University campus nearly 4 hours before the shooting. Was that your understanding? Is that kind of?
I'll let the public reports reflect themselves. I don't have the exact timeline.
Okay. So we don't have any idea kind of his prep or how he set
Yeah, Jimmy, they're talking about caps lock.
that up or how he utilized that time when he first showed up on campus.
All of those are being currently investigated through our cell phone analysis and through our witness interviews. And the state of Utah now announced charges seeking the death penalty against this suspect, so we're a little limited in what we can continue to say.
Sure, I understand. And the suspect, like you referred to, is then captured on security footage jumping off the roof of the alleged shooting location, the Losey Center. Do we have any idea how the suspect got up on the roof in the first place? I think for members of Congress, especially after Butler in Pennsylvania, it's just unimaginable that there could be some type of security breakdown prior to an event of that size where somebody could access a rooftop.
So not commenting on the case, but having gone to the crime scene and walked the steps that we believe were taken, the roof was actually readily accessible through an exterior stairwell, so anyone could have gotten on it.
Okay.
Damn.
On the case, but having gone to the crime scene.
An event of that size where somebody could access a rooftop.
Yeah, so this has been a big question on, like, well, he had to get inside of a building to get up there. Actually, he just answered it, that it was an outside stairwell that you can go up and anybody can access it.
Not commenting on the case, but having gone to the crime scene and walked the steps that we believe were taken, the roof was actually readily accessible through an exterior stairwell, so anyone could have gotten on it.
Okay.
Damn.
The suspect flees on foot to kind of this wooded area where he drops the rifle, wraps it in a towel, and then...
And yes, we should do, because we are doing a special, you must obey.
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some freaking.
Now that you're all hypnotized and shit,
proceeds to his staged vehicle and basically drives home. So do we have any idea what the towel was about? Was it used later to identify a place where the firearm was left, or?
What we can tell you is the towel, there was a screwdriver found on the rooftop, which DNA was collected off of, and the towel was found wrapped around the firearm in question in a wooded area next to the campus. All have been processed for DNA.
And then, according to the suspect's roommate, there were allegedly messages on instant messaging platforms, specifically Discord, suggesting the towel may have been used to identify that weapon's location. So the public reports have suggested that the shooter acted alone. Do we still believe that that's true? Do we have any idea as to whether or not those Discord messages led us to believe that the shooter may have had help in any way or assistance?
I can only speak to the FBI's investigation, and our investigation is ongoing, and we are interviewing any of those individuals involved in that chat and other individuals in the area.
Very good. And so my suggestion, if there are accomplices, I'm sure this is something that the FBI is going to continue to investigate fully and thoroughly into the future.
Yes, sir.
The reason I asked that is because I don't know that that was necessarily the case with Butler, Pennsylvania. So thank you so much for your persistence kind of in this matter. There's still a lot of public questions that need to be asked. Let me shift to another topic very quickly. On July 31st, 2025, the DOJ and the CIA declassified the annex to Special Counsel John Durham's 2023 report on Operation Crossfire Hurricane. The 29-page Durham annex contains previously classified information about, among other things, the investigative referral of the Clinton campaign plan. Why would somebody...
Yes, sir. GB, you're very right, of course. And I agree with that, by the way. Absolutely.
Place documents in a burn bag related to this case?
That case is very much ongoing, so I can't comment on the stylization of the evidence we're collecting.
Can you comment at all on the Durham annex, as I described it?
The Durham annex, which has been publicly released thanks to the FBI's commitment to transparency, is one of the documents that's being...
Man, Grumple, you're the man. But you don't have to do none of that shit, homie. I very much appreciate you. You just being here is good enough, my man. I promise that.
And in general terms, speaking for burn bags, sir, a burn bag is what you use to put classified documents into generally, because that is literally how you destroy them.
So it appears that efforts were made by the Clinton campaign to reach out to the FBI agents or the Clinton sympathizers in the intelligence community in order to lead more credibility to the Clinton campaign plan. Do you think that's an accurate characterization?
Again, I'm not going to characterize that material because it's part of an ongoing investigation.
Thanks for being here today. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Gentleman from California is recognized.
Thank you, Director Patel, for being here today. The FBI searched Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan residence, correct?
I believe that happened in 2018. I think there was 2 locations, sir.
2019, and in that residence, the FBI found a safe, correct?
I don't have the catalog of evidence in front of me.
In that residence, the FBI found a safe, correct?
I'll accept your representation.
Okay. And in that safe, the FBI found topless and lewd photographs of girls, correct?
Again, sir, I'll accept your representation. I don't know.
Thank you. It was all over the media at the time. There's a New York Times article that says Jeffrey Epstein is indicted on sex charges.
Oh, yeah, because we all trust the New York Times. Whatever.
This discovery of nude photos is disclosed, dated July 8th, 2019, and the Times reports a trove of lewd photographs of girls was discovered in a safe inside financier Jeffrey.
And no one's denying that, these facts. No one would even put up, like, oh, we're going to protect him. No one would do that. I promise that.
Epstein's Manhattan mansion. Author Michael Wolff has conducted numerous interviews of Jeffrey Epstein. I'm going to play for you a video clip of what Michael Wolff said Epstein told him was in the safe and what he showed the author was in the safe. So let's please play that clip now.
Elected. And I was sitting talking to Epstein, and he's
like, everyone knows Epstein was an absolute sick fuck. And the way that he went out was on some pussy shit, because he definitely deserved, I'm trying to be careful with what I say here, but what you throw logs into and stuff like that. Yeah.
said, "Wait a minute, I got to show you something." And then he went into his safe, and he came out with photographs. They were Polaroids, I think, and he kind of spread them out like playing cards, and it was Trump. I mean, I think there were a dozen of them, and it was Trump with girls of an uncertain age.
You'd be good. Get some. Always appreciate you, man.
At Epstein's Palm Beach house, where all of the things that he would ultimately be accused of took place. And I remember very vividly 3 of them. There are 2 in which Trump is, the girls, topless girls, are sitting on Trump's lap. And then a 3rd in which he has a stain on the front of his pants. And the girls are kind of pointing at it, sort of bent over, laughing.
So, Director Patel, I'm going to ask you a very broad and general question. As you know, Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were friends. There are, of course, photos showing Donald Trump together with Epstein, correct?
I don't have the entirety of the photographs, but I think they've been photographed in public together.
All right. Are there any photos showing Donald Trump with girls of an uncertain age?
No.
How do you know that?
Because that information would have been brought to light by multiple administrations and FBI investigators over the course of the last 20 years.
Well, you know what? That's just not true, because no one knew about the creepy birthday message that Donald Trump wrote to Jeffrey Epstein until the Wall Street Journal disclosed it, and then all of a sudden, the Epstein estate provides it to Congress. So certainly, you weren't there at the search. You don't know what Epstein may or may not have done with those photographs even prior to the search. Maybe someone has it. Maybe the Epstein estate has it.
You raise a great point.
So I'm going to ask you, have you asked to talk to Michael Wolff?
You raise a great point. I haven't personally asked to talk to Michael Wolff.
FBI asked?
But the FBI, I'll get back to you if the FBI
So Michael
specifically
has
asked ever.
about 100 hours of testimony of Jeffrey Epstein. Wouldn't it be good for the FBI to interview Michael Wolff?
I'm not saying they haven't, I just don't know.
Has FBI subpoenaed the tapes that Michael Wolff has conducted of Jeffrey Epstein?
I don't know.
All right, so if you could provide us an answer, that would be terrific. Well, let me ask you this question then. Have you looked at all the photos in Epstein files?
We'll see on the flip side, Brother GB. We'll see you. Always appreciate you, my man.
I have looked at all
Have a great day.
information
God bless.
that the investigators who investigated this case have provided to run out credible leads.
And in the Epstein file, was there that creepy birthday message that Donald Trump had written to Epstein?
No, that's what I was trying to tell you. You raise a great point. The estate of Jeffrey Epstein has a voluminous amount of information that they have not released before.
Okay, so that's great. So wouldn't it be great if FBI subpoenaed the estate of Jeffrey Epstein for all that information?
The estate is under no obligation to provide that material, even pursuant to a subpoena. That's a great point.
Yeah, that's just false.
Okay.
That's just false. You're the frickin' FBI. You can subpoena the information from the estate, and you better do that. I'd like to move
literally
on.
not how it works.
I'm going to move on now and talk about Epstein's client list. You confirmed that it exists. Attorney General Pam Bondi confirmed earlier this year that it exists. So I just want to ask you a simple question. Is Prince Andrew on Epstein's client list?
The material related to Prince Andrew has been made public.
Is Prince Andrew on the client list?
We have released the index of names
All right,
that were in Jeffrey Epstein's.
Is Donald Trump on Epstein's client list?
The index has been released, and the index will speak for
So I'm
itself.
just going to say, America is a huge red flag. The FBI director could not answer whether Donald Trump was on Epstein's
Gentleman's time
client
has
list.
expired.
I
Chair
yield
now
back.
recognizes the gentleman from Virginia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank the director for being here and for his work over the last several months, removing the taint of partisanship that has infected the intelligence community over the past.
Brother Blackout, my man, great to see you in the chat. Absolutely. Great to see you. It's been a minute. Hopefully all is well and you're enjoying your hump day so far.
Several years under the last administration, under the last several directors, standing up for law enforcement, standing up.
Brother TVT, if that's your signing out, much love, honor, respect. Always appreciate you swinging by the way.
Men and women who work in your agency. But to set the record straight, we have to correct the record. And the record, early days of the first Trump administration saw a dramatic spike in news stories that contained sensitive and sometimes classified details about the FBI's bogus Russia probe, about a leak a day. It's unacceptable that senior FBI officials coordinated to leak classified information to try and harm President Trump. Documents produced to the committee in August of this year revealed that the FBI interviewed a former intelligence committee staffer who gave details on a systematic process through which leaks of classified information were affected by then Chairman, now Senator Adam Schiff. Were these findings escalated within the Bureau's chain of command, and if so, to what level?
Sorry, were the findings escalated?
Were these findings that were given to us escalated within the Bureau's chain of command, and if so, what level? Did you receive this information?
That entire matter is currently under investigation by the people at the FBI that handle leaks of classified information.
All right, it's good to know that there is an ongoing investigation. Can you tell me whether these leaks to the media compromised any ongoing FBI investigations?
Yes, sir. Rob's neighbor. Always appreciate you still hanging, by the way. It's great that you've been listening to this. This is a lot of shit, a lot of information today.
During the Trump-Russia probe.
I can tell you, generally speaking, the leaks of classified information are detrimental to any work the FBI is doing.
Now, former
That's
Director
right,
James
King
Comey
Blackout.
testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee that he had never been an anonymous source, nor authorized anyone to be an anonymous source in news reports about matters relating to the Trump investigation or the Clinton
Much love, Jimmy.
Was Comey's testimony true?
In reference to Director Comey, I'm very limited in what I can say because of what the current status of those matters are with the FBI and the Department of Justice. When I am able to make those public, I will.
Can you tell me if there's an ongoing investigation there?
Again, without identifying any individuals, related to the information you're generally speaking about, there is an ongoing matter that has been under review by the Department and the FBI for some time.
Because we know that the documents that we received last month revealed that former Director Comey used Columbia University law professor as a conduit to leak stories to the media that contained classified information. Let me move on to the way that the FISA process was weaponized by past directors. Prior to your confirmation, you raised concerns about government misuse of FISA, including Section 702, stating that FISA was in need of major reform. Specifically, you highlighted that the Fisk report that the FBI had conducted 278,000 improper searches of the FISA database. Do you remain concerned about governmental abuse of FISA in Section 702?
I'm always concerned, but what we've done since I became FBI director is implement new audit systems. We are nearing 100% review of the 702 query system that you are specifically referring to, and we've also eliminated anyone that has ever touched that database that has in any way made a mistake, whether intentional or not. And we have also identified a system in which those going forward who misuse the 702 system, they don't get 2 strikes. They get 1 and you're done.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned you're continuing to audit because, as you know, in May, the New York Times reported you closed.
All right, I'm over it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to watch the rest of that particular live stream that's happening right now, we were live with it. We were watching it. I'm dropping the link for you guys if you want to continue watching that live stream. But we're going to go ahead and end it here for the day. Well, not for the day, actually. We're going to end it for this section of today because we're going to be live back tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time with the Diamond Effect. So that should be very good. And if we don't see you guys tonight, we'll see you guys tomorrow morning for more of the World's Madness. But stick around. We're going to be rating our buddy Black Dragon. Let me make sure he's still live because he does tend to go live and then end right when I'm ending kind of thing. No, he's still live. All right, we're going to send you guys over there. Make sure you guys let him know that we're coming through with the Mike Ball raid. And listen, with that being said, much love and respect to everybody. And hopefully you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And God bless everyone. Be safe.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burns.